Welcome back to Ben Keenan Just Can't Stop Talking, the water cooler episode, aka the 10-ish minute news and culture show where you learn about literally everything that happened today so that you're a little bit smarter about a lot of things. It is Friday, February 28th, the last day of the month, and you know exactly what that means. My inner leprechaun is thawing ahead of March. Also, it's Friday, so we're ready to rock for the weekend. And plus, in Seattle, I don't know if you can tell, I'm sitting in front of a bright window. We have bright blue sky outside, and I am ready to thrive. By now, you know the drill. We're going to talk about everything that happened yesterday from the time we logged off all the way through everything that happened today. So without further ado, let's go ahead and just jump right in. Lizzo released her new song, Love in Real Life, alongside a music video, making it her first one since losing 200 pounds. Hey, ho, give me something with a little tempo. If you don't know about Lizzo losing 200 pounds, she looks phenomenal. She did it all herself with workouts and like exercise and diet and didn't do any, as far as I know, like Ozempic or anything. So that is just very inspiring. Also, she teased some new music last night while she was live on Twitch. Check this out.
I'm running it back. Lizzo, musical genius, period. That's gonna be a banger, period. I'm running it back. I'm running it back.
He knocked me down. Thought I'd never get my finance off the ground.
It's giving disco, you know? Republican Congressman David Schwikert from Arizona introduced a bill to begin the process of letting AI prescribe drugs. I don't know about you. I don't necessarily trust the fact that tech moguls creating AI are going to be more qualified in prescribing medication to me and my loved ones than a doctor who went to literal school for this will be. All right, that's everything that happened on Thursday. Let's move on to what happened today. Rose Girone, the oldest living Holocaust survivor, died today at 113 years old. Microsoft announced that they are shutting down Skype in May. I, for one, haven't used Skype in years because Teams came along and Zoom came along and all of us have FaceTime now, but it still feels like a piece of me is dying because I used it a lot in college. That ages me a little bit. Don't talk about it. Singer Elle King welcomed her second baby, a son named Royal Tucker. I don't get it either. Donald Trump is expected to sign an executive order designating English as the official language of the United States. Now, I originally didn't think anything of this. I was like, dude, okay, whatever. If we can just continue to give you little tasks that aren't actively going to harm people, I don't care what you do. And then I saw somebody online comment about the fact that like this is actually going to directly harm non-English speaking individuals because basically what they're going to try to do is by saying English is our language, they are going to stop translating government forms into other languages such as Spanish in order to encourage people who don't speak English to not come here in the first place. Speaking of Donald Trump, he and JD Vance got in a massive argument with Ukrainian President Zelenskyy today during a meeting in the Oval Office. I won't comment further on this. I will just go ahead and play the whole 2-minute exchange for you to listen to yourself.
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you are
Mr.
not
President,
strong...
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring an end to this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine that you say what problems we have?
I have been to.
Come once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems? Bringing people into your military?
We have problems.
And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless.
You don't
God
know
bless.
That.
You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that. Remember this.
I'm not
You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good.
You will feel influence.
We're going to feel very good and very strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about it.
From the very beginning of the war.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards. But right now, you don't. Yeah, you're playing cards. You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country. That's
with
back
all
to you.
respect to your
Far
country.
more than a lot of people said they
respect.
should have.
Have you said thank you once?
A lot of times.
No, in this
Even
entire meeting,
today.
have you said thank you?
Even today.
You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
If this isn't shameful to you, I don't know what to say at this point. CNN reported that U.S. intelligence shows that Russia and China are actively attempting to recruit disgruntled federal national security employees that were either fired or are at risk of being fired by the Trump administration. More than 75,000 Washington Post subscribers have canceled their subscriptions to the paper after owner Jeff Bezos announced his weird overhaul of the opinion section, sparking criticism that he's altering the paper to appease Trump, which should shock no one because that's exactly what's happening. Following that whole Trump, Zelenskyy, JD Vance thing, Trump released a new statement following said ambush saying, quote, "We had a very meaningful meeting in the White House today. Much was learned that could never be understood without conversation under such fire and pressure. It's amazing what comes out through emotion, and I have determined that President Zelenskyy is not ready for peace if America is involved, because he feels our involvement gives him a big advantage in negotiations. I don't want advantage, I want peace. He disrespected the United States of America in its cherished Oval Office. He can come back when he is ready for peace." You guys already saw that video, so feel free to make any determinations about peace that you want from all the knowledge that you now have. Selena Gomez teased a new song, and honestly, the remixes of it this summer sound like they're gonna slap.
Go recharge your batteries, come back to me and make your mama proud.
The news outlet The Record is reporting an exclusive story saying that last week, Trump's Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth ordered U.S. Cyber Command to stop all planning against Russia, including offensive digital actions, which, after that meeting with Zelenskyy, I'm sure is a shock to no one. Clearly something is going on here. Iowa's Republican Governor Kim Reynolds signed a bill stripping protections for trans people from Iowa's state constitution's Civil Rights Code today, becoming the first state to do so. So it is now legal to actively discriminate against trans people in the state of Iowa. For the first time in Trump's second term, the Democratic Party has sued the Trump administration, saying that Trump's assertion of control over independent executive branch agencies like the Federal Election Commission violates federal election law. Finally, something interesting. Ukrainian President Zelenskyy went on Fox News after that big thing that happened in the Oval Office today and was asked to apologize to Donald Trump, or rather, whether he feels he should apologize to Donald Trump, which he didn't do, and nor should he. But here is what he said.
So I'm not hearing from you, Mr. President, a thought that you owe the president an apology.
No, I respect the president and I respect American people. And if, I don't know, if I think that we have to be very open and very honest. And I'm not sure that we did something bad. I think maybe sometimes some things we have to discuss out of media, with all respect to democracy and to a free media. But there are things that where we have to understand the position of Ukraine and Ukrainians. And I think that is the most important thing.
And then he followed up on that by saying that Ukraine won't enter peace talks with Russia until it has security guarantees against another offensive, which honestly is so fair. And finally, Jennifer Coolidge, yes, that Jennifer Coolidge, breaks her silence about Greg from White Lotus, saying, quote, "I hate Greg. Greg doesn't deserve anything good. I hope he gets what he deserves," which is something really brutal. Period. Justice for Tanya. And that's it. That's all the news that happened today. Like I said, it is Friday, so we will be back again on Monday with a little wrap-up of the big things that happened over the weekend. I know the Oscars are happening, so maybe there will be some surprises there we can talk about. I don't know. If you cannot wait until Monday, I am on social media on TikTok and YouTube at I've Been Traveling. I'm on Instagram and Threads at Ben Keenan. You can always find me here on the podcast at Ben Keenan Just Can't Stop Talking on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Please don't forget to subscribe, follow, like, comment, share, throw parties where you just listen to this nonstop, whatever you want, because we're going to try to grow this. All right. Have a great weekend. I'll see you on Monday. Bye.